In a distant part of the galaxy, far from Earth, a group of alien leaders sat together in a large glowing chamber. The room was filled with strange lights and soft hums, making it feel almost alive. At the center of the gathering stood Xylar, the leader of the council. His tall, slender body shimmered under the light as he addressed the others. "We have received troubling news," he said, his voice calm but heavy with concern. "The humans are not like other species we have encountered. Their ships, they are not ordinary." Xylar explained what their scouts had discovered. A small alien ship had ventured close to human space and observed their fleet. At first glance, the human ships seemed simple, even primitive. They lacked the sleek design and advanced technology of other races. But when danger approached, something unusual happened. The ships changed, adapting quickly, moving unpredictably, and defeating enemies much stronger than themselves. It was as if they were alive, thinking for themselves. Among the council members, one alien stood out. His name was Lyrak, a young and ambitious commander who often questioned tradition. He listened to Xylar's words with skepticism. "Humans are just another species trying to survive," Lyrak said, his tone dismissive. "Why should we fear them?" Xylar shook his head slowly. "Because they are unpredictable. If we act without caution, we could bring disaster upon ourselves." Despite his warning, Xylar decided to send Lyrak on a mission to observe the humans more closely, but strictly without engaging them. Meanwhile, on Earth, Captain Ryan Carter was preparing for another routine patrol aboard the *SS Horizon*. The ship wasn't the largest or most advanced in the human fleet, but it carried a crew that was sharp, resourceful, and ready for anything. Ryan trusted his team completely. Lieutenant Emma Hayes, the ship's strategist, always had a plan for every situation. Chief Engineer Daniel Brooks could fix anything, no matter how broken it seemed. Together, they made the *SS Horizon* more than just a ship. It was a force to be reckoned with. As the *Horizon* moved through space, Emma noticed something odd. Scanners picked up faint energy readings nearby, but nothing solid enough to identify. "Could be interference," she suggested, though her voice hinted at doubt. Ryan frowned. "Or it could be trouble." He ordered the ship to slow down and run a deeper scan, careful not to provoke whatever might be out there. Unbeknownst to them, Lyrak's cloaked vessel hovered silently above, watching their every move. The aliens marveled at how the humans navigated their surroundings. Instead of sticking to clear paths, the *Horizon* darted between asteroids and debris fields, almost playfully avoiding imaginary threats. It was unlike anything they had seen before. Lyrak grew impatient. "They're testing us," he muttered to his crew. "They know we're here." Tensions reached a breaking point when the *Horizon* performed a routine diagnostic sweep, sending pulses of energy into space. To the humans, it was harmless, a way to check for nearby objects. But to the aliens, it felt like an attack. Without waiting for orders, Lyrak fired a warning shot, striking the Horizon's shields. Alarms blared inside the ship as the crew scrambled to respond. Ryan's mind raced. Who were these attackers? And why had they fired without provocation? Emma worked quickly to analyze the alien weapon, while Daniel ensured the ship's systems remained stable. Ryan knew they couldn't retaliate blindly. They needed answers first. Over the comms, he tried to establish communication, using basic universal signals designed for first contact. But the aliens responded with confusion, their language too complex for the humans to decipher. Lyrak hesitated. He hadn't expected resistance, or such calm behavior after firing on them. For a moment, both sides simply stared at each other across the void of space, unsure of what to do next. Finally, Lyrak made a decision. He signaled his ship to retreat, leaving behind only silence. As the alien vessel disappeared, Ryan turned to his crew. "This isn't over," he said firmly. "Whoever they are, they'll be back." And deep in his gut, Ryan felt the weight of those words. Something told him this encounter was only the beginning of a much larger story. The alien ship had vanished, but its presence lingered in the minds of the *SS Horizon's * crew. Captain Ryan Carter paced the bridge, his thoughts racing as he tried to make sense of what had just happened. The aliens' attack had been sudden and unprovoked, yet something about it felt off. Their weapon hadn't been designed to destroy, only to intimidate. It was almost as if they were testing humanity, or sending a message. Lieutenant Emma Hayes sat at her station, reviewing the data collected during the encounter. Her sharp eyes scanned the screens, searching for patterns or clues. "They're fast," she said finally, breaking the silence. "Their ship moved differently than anything we've seen before. And their energy signatures, they don't match any known technology." Chief Engineer Daniel Brooks nodded from his post. "It's like they were probing us," he added, "testing how we'd react." Ryan crossed his arms, staring out the viewport into the endless void of space. "If they wanted to destroy us, they could have done it already," he said thoughtfully. "But instead, they fired a warning shot and left. That tells me they're cautious, or scared." Emma looked up at him. "Or both," she suggested. Ryan didn't respond. He knew one thing for certain. Humanity couldn't afford to be caught off guard again. Back on the alien vessel, Lurak wrestled with doubt. His decision to fire on the human ship had gone against Zolar's orders, and now he faced the consequences. His subordinates whispered among themselves, questioning his judgment. Lurak ignored them, focusing instead on the data his ship had gathered. The humans' behavior puzzled him. Their ship had darted unpredictably, almost as if it were alive. And when attacked, they hadn't retaliated. They had tried to communicate. "They're clever," muttered Vren, one of Lurak's senior officers. "Too clever. If we let them grow stronger, they could become a threat." Lurak frowned. He didn't want to admit it, but Vren was right. The humans were resourceful, adaptable, and that made them dangerous. Still, Lurak hesitated. Something about their actions reminded him of his own people centuries ago, when they were young and struggling to survive. Could the humans be more than just another species to conquer? On the Horizon preparations continued. Ryan ordered the crew to stay alert, knowing the aliens might return at any moment. Emma worked tirelessly to refine their communication protocols, hoping to find a way to bridge the language gap. Daniel tinkered with the ship's systems, adding new layers of defense. "We need to be ready for anything," Ryan told them. "If they come back, we can't assume they'll play nice this time." Days passed without incident, but the tension aboard the Horizon remained high. Then, late one night, the sensors picked up movement. A single alien ship appeared on the edge of their scanners, hovering silently. This time, however, it wasn't alone. Dozens of smaller vessels flanked it, forming a protective formation. The message was clear. The aliens meant business. Ryan called an emergency meeting with his senior staff. "They're here to negotiate, or provoke us," he said. "Either way, we need to handle this carefully." Emma proposed sending a signal, using the same basic universal language they had tried before. "We have to show them we're not hostile," she insisted. Daniel agreed, adding, "But we also need to show them we're not weak." As the alien fleet drew closer, the Horizon broadcast its message once again. This time, the response was different. A low-frequency hum filled the air, vibrating through the ship. Emma quickly adjusted the translation algorithms, piecing together fragments of meaning. "They're asking who we are," she said, excitement in her voice, "and why we're here." Ryan took a deep breath. "Tell them we're explorers," he instructed, "and that we seek peace, but we'll defend ourselves if necessary." Emma typed furiously, crafting a reply that balanced diplomacy with strength. The aliens paused, seemingly considering the message. For a moment, hope flickered among the crew. Maybe, just maybe, this wouldn't end in violence. But then, without warning, the alien ships began moving again, faster this time. They surrounded the Horizon asterisk, cutting off its escape routes. Lyrak's voice crackled over the comms, distorted but understandable. "You will surrender," he demanded, "or you will be destroyed." Ryan clenched his fists, his jaw tightening. "Not today," he muttered under his breath. Turning to his crew, he gave the order they had been preparing for. "Execute Plan Delta," he said firmly. "Let's show them what happens when you underestimate humanity." The battle that followed would change everything, for both sides. As the alien ships closed in around the SS Horizon asterisk, tension gripped the crew. Captain Ryan Carter stood at the center of the bridge, his mind racing through every possible scenario. The aliens had issued an ultimatum: surrender or face destruction. But Ryan knew that giving up wasn't an option. Humanity's survival depended on standing strong, even against overwhelming odds. "Plan Delta is go," Ryan announced, his voice steady despite the chaos brewing outside. Lieutenant Emma Hayes nodded and relayed the order to the rest of the crew. Chief Engineer Daniel Brooks was already at work, activating systems they had prepared for moments like this. Plan Delta wasn't about brute force. It was about outsmarting the enemy. And if there was one thing humans excelled at, it was thinking on their feet. The first phase of the plan involved decoys. Hidden compartments within the Horizon asterisk opened, releasing small drone ships equipped with holographic projectors. To the aliens, it looked as though reinforcements had arrived, multiple human vessels materializing out of nowhere, surrounding them. Lyrak, watching from his command ship, hesitated. He hadn't expected such a response. Were these new ships real, or some kind of trick? While the aliens scrambled to assess the situation, the Horizon asterisk took advantage of the confusion. Using its maneuvering thrusters, the ship darted behind a large asteroid, masking its position. From there, Emma sent another signal, a crude but clear message in broken alien syntax. "We seek peace, not war," it read. The translation wasn't perfect, but it carried enough meaning to give Lyrak pause. Lyrak stared at the message, uncertainty clouding his thoughts. His orders from Zoiler had been clear: observe, do not engage. Yet here he was, leading an attack against a species he barely understood. Vren, his senior officer, urged him to press forward. "They're bluffing," Vren insisted. "Their technology is primitive. We can crush them." But Lyrak wasn't so sure. Something about the humans' tactics felt different. They weren't fighting like other species he'd encountered. Their moves were unpredictable, almost playful, as if they were always one step ahead. Back on the Horizon asterisk, Ryan monitored the situation closely. "They're confused," he said, glancing at Emma. "That gives us an edge." Emma nodded, her fingers flying over the controls. She adjusted the holograms, making the decoy ships appear more aggressive, as if preparing to strike. Meanwhile, Daniel rerouted power to the shields, ensuring the Horizon asterisk could withstand another hit if necessary. The standoff continued, neither side willing to make the first move. Finally, Lyrak made a decision. He signaled his fleet to withdraw, though not before planting surveillance devices on nearby asteroids. These tiny gadgets would allow him to monitor human activity without being detected, or so he thought. As the alien ships disappeared into the void, the crew of the Horizon asterisk let out a collective sigh of relief. Ryan turned to his team. "Good work," he said, though his expression remained serious. "But this isn't over. If anything, it's just beginning." Emma agreed. "They'll be watching us now," she said. "And next time, they won't hesitate to attack." Daniel chimed in, wiping grease-stained hands on his uniform. "Then we'll just have to stay one step ahead of them." Over the following days, the crew worked tirelessly to prepare for future encounters. Emma refined their communication protocols, hoping to improve their ability to speak with the aliens. Daniel upgraded the ship's defenses, adding experimental features designed to counter alien weapons. And Ryan spent hours studying the data collected during the encounter, searching for weaknesses they could exploit. Unbeknownst to them, Lurak was doing the same. Back on his home planet, he faced criticism for retreating, but also curiosity. His superiors wanted answers. What made the humans so dangerous? How could they adapt so quickly? For the first time, Lurak began to question whether conquering humanity was worth the risk. But pride and fear of failure kept him silent. In the vast emptiness of space, two civilizations braced for the inevitable clash. The aliens had underestimated the humans once. Next time, they vowed, things would be different. And aboard the Horizon Asterisk, Ryan and his crew knew the same truth. The battle ahead would test them in ways they couldn't imagine. The encounter with the aliens left Earth's leaders deeply concerned. Admiral Lewis Bennett, a seasoned military commander, reviewed the data sent by the SS Horizon Asterisk. He stared at the holographic display in his office, replaying the events over and over. The aliens had retreated, but their actions spoke volumes. They were planning something bigger. Humanity couldn't afford to wait for the next attack. Admiral Bennett called an emergency meeting with Earth's top scientists, engineers, and strategists. "We need to prepare," he said firmly. "If they come back, we must be ready." The room buzzed with ideas. Some suggested building more ships, while others proposed developing new weapons. But it was Chief Engineer Daniel Brooks who offered the most innovative solution. "It's not about having more firepower," he explained. "It's about being smarter than them." Daniel's plan involved integrating artificial intelligence into the Horizon Asterisk systems. The AI would analyze enemy movements in real time, predicting their next steps and adjusting tactics accordingly. Emma Hayes, the ship's strategist, loved the idea. "It's perfect," she said. "The aliens rely on rigid patterns. If we can stay unpredictable, we'll have the upper hand." With approval from Admiral Bennett, work began immediately to upgrade the Horizon Asterisk. Meanwhile, rumors of the alien threats spread across Earth. News outlets ran stories about the mysterious invaders, sparking both fear and determination among the population. People lined up to enlist in the fleet, eager to defend their planet. Captain Ryan Carter addressed his crew, reminding them of humanity's resilience. "We've faced challenges before," he said, "and every time, we found a way to overcome them. This will be no different." As the upgrades took shape, Emma devised new strategies to exploit the aliens' weaknesses. She studied their behavior, noting how their hierarchy seemed to dictate every decision. "They're used to following orders without question," she told Ryan. "If we can disrupt their chain of command, we might throw them into chaos." Her plan involved psychological warfare, using deception and misinformation to create doubt among the alien ranks. Back on the alien homeworld, Lurak struggled to regain favor with the Council. His failure to defeat the humans had cost him respect, and whispers of his incompetence followed him everywhere. Xylar, the Council leader, summoned him for a private meeting. "You underestimated them," Xylar said bluntly. "Do not make that mistake again." Lurak nodded, though anger simmered beneath his calm exterior. He vowed to prove himself, even if it meant taking greater risks. Days turned into weeks as both sides prepared for the inevitable clash. On Earth, the Horizon Asterisk underwent final tests. The AI system performed flawlessly, adapting to simulated threats with ease. Daniel grinned as he watched the results. "This is going to change everything," he said confidently. Emma added holographic decoys to the arsenal, ensuring the Horizon Asterisk could project multiple false images of itself during battle. "Let's see them figure this out," she joked. Finally, the day came when the aliens returned, not with a single ship, but with an entire armada. Dozens of vessels emerged from hyperspace, surrounding Earth's outer colonies. Panic erupted as the first attacks struck, destroying settlements and scattering survivors. The human fleet scrambled to respond, launching counterattacks with everything they had. But the aliens were relentless, their advanced technology overwhelming Earth's defenses. Amidst the chaos, the Horizon Asterisk played a crucial role. Using its upgraded systems, the ship darted between asteroids and debris fields, luring squadrons of alien fighters into traps. The AI predicted their moves with eerie accuracy, allowing Ryan and his crew to strike where it hurt most. Emma's psychological tactics sowed discord among the alien ranks, forcing Lyrak to question his own leadership. For the first time, cracks began to form in their seemingly invincible force. Despite heavy losses, humanity held its ground. Reinforcements poured in from nearby sectors, bolstering the defense lines. Ryan knew the fight was far from over, but one thing became clear. The aliens had underestimated humanity once again. And this time, the price of their arrogance would be steep. On the bridge of the Horizon Ryan clenched his fists. "We're not done yet," he said, his voice filled with resolve. The battle raged on, each side determined to emerge victorious. But deep down, Ryan believed in one truth. Humanity's greatest strength wasn't its weapons or technology. It was its unyielding spirit. The battle raged across the stars, lighting up the darkness with bursts of energy and explosions. The alien armada pressed forward, their ships sleek and powerful, tearing through Earth's outer colonies with devastating precision. But humanity fought back with everything they had. Smaller human vessels darted between the larger alien ships, launching surprise attacks before vanishing into asteroid fields. It was chaos, and exactly what Captain Ryan Carter had hoped for. At the heart of the conflict, the SS Horizon proved itself a master of unpredictability. With its upgraded AI system, the ship moved like a ghost, slipping through enemy lines and striking where it hurt most. Chief Engineer Daniel Brooks monitored the systems closely, making adjustments on the fly. "This is working," he said, grinning as the AI predicted another alien attack moments before it happened. Lieutenant Emma Hayes coordinated the crew's movements, her voice steady over the comms. "Keep pushing them toward the debris field," she instructed. "We can use it to our advantage." Lyrak watched the battle unfold from his command ship, frustration boiling inside him. His fleet outnumbered the humans, yet they were losing ground. Every time his forces tried to surround the Horizon, the human ship slipped away, leaving behind decoys that confused his pilots. Worse still, the psychological tactics employed by Emma were beginning to take their toll. False signals and misleading maneuvers sowed doubt among his ranks. Subordinates questioned orders, and even Lyrak himself began to second-guess his decisions. Ryan knew they couldn't keep this up forever. The aliens' firepower was overwhelming, and Earth's defenses were crumbling under the relentless assault. He turned to Emma. "We need to hit them hard, something that'll make them rethink this whole invasion." Emma nodded, already thinking ahead. She pulled up a map of the battlefield on her screen, highlighting the alien flagship at the center of the formation. "If we take out their command ship, it'll throw them into disarray," she said. "But getting close won't be easy." Daniel overheard and stepped forward. "I've got an idea," he said. "What if we fake critical damage? Make them think we're an easy target?" Ryan raised an eyebrow. "Go on." Daniel explained his plan. "Rig the engines to emit false distress signals and program holograms to simulate smoke and fire. To the aliens, it would look like the Horizon was crippled and vulnerable. If they took the bait, the humans could lure them into a trap." The crew sprang into action. Daniel worked tirelessly to set up the decoy systems, while Emma crafted a message in broken alien syntax. "Help. Ship damaged. Surrendering." When everything was ready, Ryan gave the order. The Horizon limped into view, broadcasting its plea for mercy. Lyrak spotted the seemingly doomed vessel and smirked. "Finally," he muttered, "a chance to redeem myself." Ignoring warnings from his advisors, he ordered his flagship to move in for the kill. As the alien vessel approached, the humans waited patiently, hearts pounding. Ryan gripped the edge of his chair, watching the distance between the two ships shrink. "Not yet," he whispered. "Wait for it. Closer and closer the flagship came, until it was within range. Then, with a nod from Ryan, Daniel activated the trap. Missiles hidden in cargo bays launched simultaneously, targeting the flagship's engines. EMP bursts disabled key systems, plunging the alien ship into darkness. Holographic projections vanished, revealing the Horizon fully intact and bristling with weapons. Before the aliens could react, Ryan led a boarding party onto the flagship, determined to end the fight once and for all. Inside the alien ship, chaos reigned. Ryan and his team moved swiftly, taking down resistance as they advanced toward the bridge. Along the way, they encountered frightened crew members who seemed unsure of how to respond. Ryan realized then that the aliens weren't invincible. They were just following orders, much like his own crew. When they reached the bridge, Lurak stood waiting, his expression a mix of anger and resignation. "You shouldn't have come here," Lurak growled. Ryan stepped forward, raising his weapon but keeping his tone calm. "It's not too late to stop this," he said. "Surrender or face annihilation." For the first time, Lurak hesitated. He glanced at his fallen crew, then back at Ryan. Slowly, he lowered his weapon. The battle was over, but the war was far from finished. With Lurak's surrender, the alien flagship fell silent. The once proud commander stood defeated, his pride shattered along with his ship. Captain Ryan Carter looked around the damaged bridge, taking in the sight of blinking morning lights and scattered debris. His team had done the impossible. They had crippled the heart of the alien armada. But Ryan knew this victory came at a cost. The battle outside was still raging, and Earth's forces were stretched thin. Ryan turned to Lurak. "Tell your fleet to retreat," he demanded, his voice firm but not cruel. Lurak hesitated, his sharp eyes narrowing. "And if I refuse?" he asked, though there was little fight left in his tone. Ryan didn't blink. "Then we'll finish what we started. Your choice." After a long pause, Lurak nodded reluctantly. He activated his comm system and issued the order. One by one, the alien ships began to withdraw, leaving behind a battlefield littered with wreckage and drifting bodies. Back on the SS Horizon the crew erupted into cheers as they watched the alien armada disappear into the void. Lieutenant Emma Hayes let out a breath she hadn't realized she'd been holding. "We did it," she said softly, almost unable to believe it herself. Chief Engineer Daniel Brooks grinned, wiping sweat from his brow. "Told you my plan would work," he joked, though his voice carried a hint of exhaustion. Ryan allowed himself a brief moment of relief before turning back to the task at hand. "This isn't over," he reminded them. "We need to regroup and prepare for whatever comes next." The human fleet limped home, battered but alive. Earth's outer colonies had suffered heavy losses, and the scars of war would take years to heal. Admiral Lewis Bennett greeted the returning ships with a mix of pride and sorrow. "You've given us hope," he told Ryan during a debriefing session. "But the aliens will be back. This truce won't last forever." Ryan nodded grimly. He knew Bennett was right. Humanity had won the battle, but the war was far from over. On the alien homeworld, Xyler called an emergency council meeting. Lurak stood before his peers, humiliated but alive. He recounted the humans' tactics, their unpredictability, their ingenuity, their refusal to give up even when outnumbered. "They are unlike any species we have encountered," he admitted, his voice tinged with both awe and fear. Xyler listened carefully, his expression unreadable. When Lurak finished, Xyler addressed the council. "We underestimated them," he said. "It seems we must reconsider our approach." Xyler proposed opening diplomatic channels with humanity, hoping to avoid further bloodshed. Many council members opposed the idea, arguing that peace was a sign of weakness. But Xyler remained steadfast. "If we continue down this path, we risk losing everything," he warned. Reluctantly, the council agreed to send a message to Earth, a gesture of goodwill and a request for dialogue. Back on the Horizon Emma worked tirelessly to decode the new alien transmission. When she finally cracked it, her eyes widened in surprise. "They want to talk," she announced, rushing to share the news with Ryan. He read the message carefully, his brow furrowed in thought. "Do we trust them?" Daniel asked, voicing the question on everyone's mind. Ryan shook his head. "Trust doesn't matter right now. What matters is survival, for both sides." Humanity responded cautiously, agreeing to meet under neutral conditions. A delegation was formed, including scientists, diplomats, and military leaders. Ryan insisted on being part of the team, knowing firsthand how dangerous the aliens could be. As preparations began, the crew of the Horizon reflected on how far they had come. They had faced extinction and emerged stronger, not through brute force, but through adaptability, teamwork, and sheer determination. In the days that followed, the first tentative steps toward peace were taken. Both sides exchanged information, learning about each other's cultures, technologies, and fears. It was a fragile alliance, built on mutual respect rather than trust. But for the first time, there was hope that coexistence might be possible. As Ryan gazed out at the stars, he felt a sense of quiet pride. Humanity had proven itself capable of more than just survival. It had shown the galaxy what it meant to persevere. And somewhere out there, whispers spread among the alien ranks. "Remember, humans aren't ordinary." The fragile truce between humans and aliens held, but it was far from perfect. Meetings between the two species were tense, filled with mistrust and careful words. On Earth, some people celebrated the newfound peace, while others feared it was only a temporary pause before another war. Captain Ryan Carter stood at the center of it all, representing humanity in these delicate negotiations. He knew that one wrong move could shatter the fragile bond they had worked so hard to build. On the alien side, Zyler took charge of the discussions. The council leader understood the stakes better than anyone. His people had underestimated humanity once, and he wasn't willing to make that mistake again. Lyrak, now disgraced but still present as an advisor, watched silently. He had learned a painful lesson about humans, how their unpredictability made them dangerous, yet also fascinating. For the first time, he began to see them not as enemies, but as equals. As talks continued, both sides shared knowledge. Humans introduced the aliens to concepts like creativity, adaptability, and teamwork, qualities that had allowed Earth's species to thrive despite countless challenges. In return, the aliens revealed advanced technologies, including methods for sustainable energy production and faster-than-light travel. These exchanges sparked curiosity on both sides, planting seeds of cooperation where there had once been only hostility. Back aboard the SS Horizon Lieutenant Emma Hayes studied the new alien technology, her mind racing with possibilities. "If we combine this with our own systems," she said excitedly, "we could revolutionize space travel." Chief Engineer Daniel Brooks nodded, already sketching designs. "Imagine what we could achieve if we worked together instead of fighting," he added. Ryan listened quietly, feeling a flicker of hope. Maybe, just maybe, this uneasy alliance could lead to something greater. But not everyone was ready to embrace peace. On Earth, protests erupted in major cities. Some argued that trusting the aliens was too risky, pointing to the destruction they had caused during the invasion. Others worried that sharing human knowledge might put Earth at a disadvantage. Admiral Lewis Bennett faced intense pressure from world leaders to take a harder stance, but he remained committed to diplomacy. "War will only bring more suffering," he reminded them. "We owe it to future generations to try." For the aliens, skepticism also lingered. Many within their ranks believed that humanity's willingness to negotiate was a sign of weakness. They urged Ziller to seize the opportunity to conquer Earth while they still had the chance. But Ziller refused. "We've seen what humans are capable of," he told his advisors. "They don't give up, not even when the odds are against them. Fighting them would be a mistake we cannot afford." Over time, small acts of goodwill began to bridge the gap between the two civilizations. Scientists exchanged ideas, Artists collaborated on projects, and ordinary citizens reached out through carefully monitored communication channels. Slowly but surely, fear gave way to understanding. Humanity and the aliens started to see each other not as threats, but as partners in a shared journey through the stars. One evening, as Ryan looked out at the galaxy from the bridge of the Horizon Asterisk, he reflected on how much had changed. The scars of war still lingered, but so did the lessons learned. Humans had proven themselves resilient, resourceful, and determined, a testament to the strength of their spirit. And the aliens, once seen as unstoppable invaders, now seemed almost human in their struggles and desires. Somewhere deep in space, whispers traveled among alien ships. Stories of humanity's courage spread, passed down from one crew to the next. Remember, they said, humans aren't ordinary. They fight not just to survive, but to thrive. Those words carried respect, and perhaps even admiration. Ryan smiled faintly as he turned away from the viewport. Peace was never easy, especially between such different species, but it was worth fighting for. Together, humanity and the aliens had taken the first step toward a brighter future, a future where coexistence was possible, and the stars belonged to everyone.